Hi YouTube, Catherine here. We are making Brazil bars today. I have never had a Brazil bar that I know of or can remember, so we will see what it is. Again, sort of egg. I think everything's done on the stove, so I'll bring you over there. Okay, so the recipe has a half a cup of butter, a half a cup of granulated sugar, and 1 egg slightly beaten. And it just says cook until thick, remove from stove. So that's what we're gonna do. I'm start putting it on a medium heat. It doesn't say what temperature to put it at. I figure we're fairly safe with that. So there's a half a cup of butter, which I have measured out, and I'm going to put in here. And a half a cup of granulated sugar. And 1 egg slightly beaten, so I just have it in a bowl here, and I'm going to give it a little mix. Now, I'm not going to add the egg in quite yet. I'm just going to get this going, and then I'll add it in. It also doesn't say how long to cook this. It just says cook until thick. Now, I don't want to add the egg in too far behind because it's going to cook. I'm going to turn my oven down slightly. Filling that. Again, I don't even know if I want it to come to a boil. Okay, quick, but that's the texture we have right now. It is slightly boiling. I have turned off the heat. And I would say okay, so I've just moved it over to a different workspace. I'm gonna leave it in the pot because why not? Why mess up more dishes? So then it says add 1 3/4 cup of graham cracker crumbs, a half a cup of chopped nuts, which I am not adding, and 4 ounces of chopped maraschino cherries. So that's what we're going to do. I just have a bag of crumbs that are already crumbed. You can use like whole graham crackers and crush them up yourself. So there's 1 3/4 cup of the crumb. So we'll just put that in. Okay. Again, we're not adding the half a cup of chopped nuts. And we're gonna do 4 ounces of chopped maraschino cherries. I'm gonna give this a stir first. Just looks like wet graham crumbs. All right, so 4 ounces, I will have to weigh that out. I just have a little food scale. Actually, I'm gonna put it right on my cutting board. I just got maraschino cherries from our bulk food store, but if you have a jar of them, that would work as well. So we're just gonna put 4 ounces on here. All right. So that is what 4 ounces looks like. Roll away. All right, and we're just going to, it just says chop, so we'll just give them a little chop. Maybe I should have used a bigger cutting board. I think we still want some texture there, so I don't want to chop them too much. All right, so that's kind of the texture I was going for. And it just says to put those in there as well. So I'm just gonna stir that together. So it says put in an 8x8 pan, spread. So I have an 8x8 pan with a piece of parchment in there. And we're just gonna spread that out. A tablespoon of butter, approximately. Now it doesn't say if it's melted or anything like that. I'm gonna keep it not melted then. And then we're gonna do 1 cup of icing sugar, confectioner sugar, whatever you call it. And 1 teaspoon of vanilla. And a small amount of cream or milk. I just have some 18% coffee cream. So we'll just slowly mix this together. And I imagine you're using the cream to just bring it to the consistency that you want it. So we don't really know what that consistency is, so I'm gonna go for like a frosting consistency. Yeah, it's definitely gonna need a little bit of. I'm just gonna do maybe like a teaspoon and see where that brings us. Okay, I'm gonna do another teaspoon. Now I do want it a little looser than this. Okay, so we're up to 3 teaspoons. All right. And just mix that till you're all incorporated and that butter is all incorporated, which it looks like it is. Okay. So these are still quite loose, so I'm not sure how this is gonna work. I'm wondering if I actually want this to be pourable because of how soft the base is. And maybe I should let it harden before I frost it. I don't know. I also, because it's so thick, I don't think I'm gonna have enough to frost the whole thing. This is the problem with other people's recipe books. Well, I'm much the same. I tend to, because I know how to do something, so then I'm like, well, I don't need to write the whole thing out. Yeah, so there's definitely not going to be enough to frost this whole thing. I'll spread it out as much as I can, and then I'm assuming this is going to harden obviously into like bars. So, and then frosting it, put the frosting on after it's hard. But that's not what we did. All right, and it does say to keep these in the refrigerator. So I don't know like once they're done if you have to, but these won't last in this house anyway. So that's what it looks like. Pop those in the fridge and I'll bring you back when they are set. Okay, they've been in the fridge for 4 hours? Roughly 4 hours. So we're just going to, I just took them out of the pan. Just gonna cut them. Alright, I'm just gonna take a little edge here and place it. It has a fudgy consistency. It reminds me of something. They're good. I can't put my finger on what it reminds me of.